Joe Biden says he's on his way to a clear win in U.S. presidential election while defying Trump tweets from the barricaded White House about voting fraud and his miraculously disappearing lead. Joe Biden all but declared the White House was his Friday night and said he had a real mandate for radical change as he made a brief appearance after plans for a grander victory party collapsed when the presidential race wasn't called. "We're going to win this race," he said inside the Chase Center in Wilmington, Delaware, speaking for 7 minutes with running mate Kamala Harris at his side. Biden hoped to celebrate a presidential victory on Friday, but the counting process continues in the key states of Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada, where he is expanding his lead against President Donald Trump. Pennsylvania alone would take him to 273 Electoral College votes, while if Arizona and Nevada declare before the Keystone State, he would hit 270. If he takes all four, which appears very likely, he would have 302 Electoral College votes, the same as Trump, but in contrast, a thumping popular vote majority of more than 4 million. Pennsylvania could be called Saturday, as could Nevada and possibly Arizona. Georgia is so close that it is certain to have a recount. Donald Trump spent Friday evening tweeting furiously to air a series of fraud conspiracies, and before Biden began his address had tweeted, "Joe Biden should not wrongfully claim the office of the president. I could make that claim also. Legal proceedings are just now beginning." Through the evening he shared attacks on Fox News calling Arizona early in the race, claims that mail-in ballots postmarked after Election Day were counted and suggestions that poll watchers were barred from watching counts. He raged again on Saturday morning, starting at 8:30 am, claiming tens of thousands of votes had been illegally received after election deadlines, and also claiming that hundreds of thousands had been counted while no one was watching. In his Friday night speech, Biden urged patience but said he was confident he would win. Earlier, his campaign trolled President Trump as it became increasingly clear that the Democratic nominee would be the next president of the United States. As we said on July 19, the American people will decide this election. And the United States government is perfectly capable of escorting trespassers out of the White House, Biden campaign spokesman Andrew Bates said Friday. In his address, Biden added, "No, the purpose of our politics, the work of our nation, isn't to fan the flames of conflict, but to solve problems, to guarantee justice, to give everybody a fair shot and to improve the lives of our people. We may be opponents, but we are not enemies. We are Americans," he continued. That didn't stop him from boasting about wins, however. "One of the things I'm especially proud of is how well we've done all across America," he told a crowd of socially distanced reporters and staff. "We are going to be the first Democrat to win Arizona in 24 years. We are going to be the first Democrat to win Georgia in 28 years. And we rebuilt the blue wall in the middle of the country that crumbled just 4 years ago, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin." Biden did not answer questions on whether Trump, who said his opponent could not wrongfully claim the office of the president, should concede. However, a spokesman for his campaign said, "The United States government is perfectly capable of escorting trespassers out of the White House." Biden did indicate he expects a result in the presidential contest on Saturday. "I hope to be talking to you tomorrow," he said. He counseled patience as the vote tally continues and anxious Americans wait to learn who will be their next president. "I know watching these vote tallies on TV moves very slow and does as low it goes, it can be numbing. Never forget, the tallies aren't just numbers, they represent votes and voters. They exercise this fundamental right to have their voice heard. What's becoming clearer each hour, is that record number of Americans of all races, faiths, religions, chose change over more of the same. It given us a mandate for action on COVID, the economy, climate change, systemic racism. They made it clear, they want the country to come together, not continue to pull apart. The people spoke," he said. Ironically, minutes after he finished speaking, it was revealed that the White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows has become the latest person there to test positive for COVID-19. Meadows, 61, was last in the White House on Thursday, CNN reported. He would in theory be critical to a handover of power, but Biden indicated that he and Harris have started the transition process without saying whether they had received help from the Trump administration. "We are not waiting to get the work done. We are starting the process," he said. And he vowed to bring the country together. Biden said he believed people were sick of politics being so nasty. "No matter who you voted for, I am certain of one thing. The vast majority of those 150 million Americans who voted, they want to get the vitriol out of our politics. We are not going to agree on a lot of issues, but at least we can agree to be civil with one another. We have to put the anger and the demonization behind us. It's time for us to come together as a nation to heal. It's not going to be easy, but we have to try. My responsibility as president will be to represent the whole nation, and I want you to know that I will work as hard for those who voted against me as those who voted for me. That is the job. That is the job. It's called the duty of care for all Americans," he said. Trump has yet to react to Biden's remarks. However, he did fire off a series of retweets on Twitter supporting his claims of voter fraud and cheating as his opponent spoke. Among the tweets was one by co-founder of Real Clear Politics Tom Bevan, who criticized Fox News' early call in Arizona, where Biden currently leads by a slim margin. Bevan called the move totally unnecessary while pointing to how they waited hours to make a call in Florida when Trump was up by 3 points. Trump also retweeted a clip of Jim Jordan, the Ohio congressman who was re-elected on Tuesday, who told Fox News' Sean Hannity that the situation was worse than we thought. Jordan said people in Pennsylvania were allowing votes to come in after the day, something which the courts ruled could happen, provided the ballots were postmarked by Election Day. He also railed at the transparency issue, claiming, without evidence, that election monitors like Dave Bossie were being asked to leave. "This is the first time in history that you have a party systematically set out to win the election after the election, and it has to be stopped," Trump tweeted, incredibly stated Jim. Earlier he also tweeted, "I had such a big lead in all of these states late into election night, only to see the leads miraculously disappear as the days went by. Perhaps these leads will return as our legal proceedings move forward."